The fact that you just traded on that proves that you can't be trusted.
Hands in the air. Turn around slowly.
I cannot believe you just asked me
You
that.
respected me enough not to lie to my face.
We took that final step and lived to tell the tale.
Spoiler warning. If you are not caught up with General Hospital and you do not want to know what is coming, this is your moment to pause, catch up, and come right back. Because what we are about to break down today is absolutely explosive. And trust me, you do not want to miss a single second of this. Welcome to General Hospital Media, your #1 destination for everything happening in Port Charles. And today, Wednesday, May 13th, the streets of Port Charles are not just heating up, they are on fire. We are talking ultimatums. We are talking dangerous schemes. We are talking about a man lying paralyzed with the power to destroy everything, and the people scrambling in pure desperation to make sure he never gets the chance to speak. So buckle up, because this episode is one for the books. Let us start right at the heart of it all, because the name on everyone's lips today is Jen Sidwell. Now, if you have been following along, you already know that Sidwell is not the kind of man who makes idle threats. He is cold, he is calculated, and when he tells you something, you better believe every single word coming out of his mouth. And today, Willow Kane is about to find out just how serious he really is. Here is where we are. Drew Kane is still paralyzed, lying there, unable to move, unable to speak, after Nina Reeves injected him with the same terrifying paralytic drug that was used on Jack Brennan. That is right, Nina went there. And now Port Charles is sitting on a powder keg. Because the moment Drew recovers, the moment he can open his mouth and start communicating again, everything unravels. Every secret, every lie, every move that Willow has made in the shadows, all of it comes tumbling down. And Sidwell knows it. So he summons Willow. He pulls her in, sits her down, and he delivers a warning so chilling it stops the air in the room. The words that come out of his mouth leave absolutely no room for misunderstanding. The moment Drew can communicate, Sidwell tells her, "You're done." Just like that. Clean, direct, devastating. And the weight of those words settles over Willow like a storm cloud she cannot outrun. Because he is right. She knows he is right. And that is the most terrifying part of all. Now Willow, to her credit, had been playing what she thought was a smart game. She had worked out a deal with Jack Brennan, leverage, she believed, that would keep Drew in check. If Brennan had something on Drew, then maybe, just maybe, she could control the narrative. Maybe she could buy herself enough time to get ahead of whatever Drew was planning to expose. But now, Brennan is paralyzed too. Nina saw to that. And so Willow's carefully constructed safety net has been ripped right out from under her feet. Sidwell is not interested in her explanations. He is not interested in her backup plans or her hopeful theories. In his mind, it is very simple. Drew either stays paralyzed or he does not survive to tell his story. Those are the options on the table. And hearing that out loud, hearing the cold, brutal reality of what she has gotten herself into, Willow has to face something she has been running from for a long time now. She is no longer just caught up in something dangerous. She is in so deep that the people around her are already talking about permanent solutions, and she is the one who put herself here. This is the kind of moral cliff edge that makes General Hospital the show it is. Willow is not a villain. She is someone who made choices, one after another, each one feeling justified in the moment, and now she is standing in a room with a man like Sidwell who is mapping out the kind of endgame she never imagined she would be part of. And the question hanging over everything is, what does she do now? Does she try to find another way out? Does she go to Drew herself? Does she panic? Because right now, panic feels like the most reasonable response in the world. You are watching General Hospital Media, and we are just getting started. Because across town, something equally intense is brewing in the quietest, most behind closed doors kind of way. Britt Westbourne and Lucas Jones are meeting, and it is not a casual catch-up. This is a whispered, tense, careful conversation between two people who are clearly about to cross a line they cannot uncross. Lucas looks Britt dead in the eye and says they have to be absolutely sure, because once they do this, there is no going back. No going back. Let those words sit for a second. Now fans have been wondering what is driving this reunion between Britt and Lucas, and the pieces are starting to come together. Could the two of them be plotting something against Cullum? Is this about finally removing a threat that has been looming over their world for too long? Britt has never been one to shy away from bold action when the people she loves are in danger, and Lucas, gentle, caring Lucas, when pushed far enough, is capable of more than people give him credit for. Whatever they are planning, it is big enough that they are both terrified of it. And that alone should tell you everything. Meanwhile, Alexis Davis is meeting with Chase in Brooklyn, and this adoption situation is becoming more complicated by the hour. Alexis knows the score. She knows it is not exactly fair for Chase in Brooklyn to skip ahead of others in the adoption line for little Phoebe. But she cares about these two, and she has agreed to help them fight for this child. The catch is that Alexis wants them to be careful, strategic. Whatever strings they are planning to pull, whatever favors they are calling in, including the one Chase asked of Willow, Alexis may be telling them to either move fast before the process locks in officially, or to shut the whole thing down before it blows up in their faces. The preview gives us just enough to make us nervous, but not enough to breathe easy. And here's where it gets even more tangled, because Chase just asked Willow for a favor. And with everything going on with Willow right now, with Sidwell breathing down her neck and Drew paralyzed in a hospital bed, is Willow even in a position to help anyone? Or is this favor going to become another piece on the board that someone uses against her? Over with Curtis Ashford, the situation surrounding the crash is still boiling. The Ada's hands are tied when it comes to Isaiah Gannon. The system is not moving fast enough, the evidence is murky, and Curtis is done waiting. He tells Jordan flat out that he is going to make sure Isaiah answers for leaving the scene of that crash. The emotion between these two is raw and real, especially as Jordan removes her bandage and confronts her own reflection in the mirror, sees her injuries for what they truly are. That moment alone is quietly devastating. Two people who have been through so much together, and now this. But here is the thing. Fans know that Isaiah has been insisting he did not do what Curtis thinks he did. He will not frame himself for something he says he is not responsible for. He tells Portia Robinson that he understands how bad it looks, the car scratch, the repairs, the timing, but he holds his ground. So is Isaiah telling the truth? Is Curtis chasing the wrong person? Because if he is, the real culprit is still out there, still free, and Jordan is still carrying the physical and emotional weight of what happened to her. And then there is Michael Corinthos, who is not sitting still either. Michael is leaking details of his cheating trap to Jacinda Bracken, moving pieces into position, playing this out like someone who has been planning for a long time. He also appears to be connecting with a private investigator named Elaine, who has apparently been snapping photos of Chase and Willow together in the park. Now why would someone be photographing those two? What angle is being played here? Is this Michael gathering ammunition? Is someone else pulling strings in the background? Because the surveillance element adds a whole new layer of tension to what is already a powder keg situation. And finally, a little light in all this darkness, Ethan Lovett is extending an invitation to Christina Corinthos Davis. These two have been slowly finding their way back to each other, and that reconnect ion feels important in a world where so many Port Charles relationships are being destroyed right now. Christina deserves something real, something genuine, and Ethan just might be the person who gives her that. But let us be honest, today's episode is defined by that Sidwell warning. That cold, ruthless countdown he delivered to Willow is going to echo through every scene that follows. Because the clock is ticking on Drew's paralysis. At some point, whether it takes days or weeks, Drew Kane is going to recover. He is going to be able to communicate. And when that happens, everything Willow has been hiding is going to explode into the open. The question is, what happens between now and then? What desperate move does Willow make? What do Britt and Lucas set in motion? And is there anyone in Port Charles who can stop this from turning into something truly irreversible? This is General Hospital Media, your source for Port Charles breaking drama, and we want to hear from you right now. Do you think Willow can find a way out of this mess before Drew wakes up? Do you believe Isaiah when he says he is innocent? And what exactly are Britt and Lucas planning? And how far are they willing to go? Drop everything in the comments below because this community talks, and we love every single one of your theories. If you are new here, Hit that subscribe button right now because this channel is where Port Charles lives. We break it down, we dig deep, and we never leave you hanging when the drama is this good. Like this video if it gave you everything you needed today. Share it with your fellow GH fans, and make sure notifications are turned on so you never miss an update. This is General Hospital Media, and Port Charles is never done surprising us. Stay close, because the next update is already on its way, and something tells us the ground is about to shake even harder.